Hey, and welcome back to the AteTreeWon reviews, and today we're taking a look at the Sigma 1.4 16mm lens for Sony E-mounts. Let's check it out. Alright guys, like I said, welcome back to another AteTreeWon reviews, and yes, today I have the 16mm f1.4 lens by Sigma for the Sony E-mount cameraman, so basically for my Sony a6600. Now, why did I want to get a new lens, you ask? For the bokeh! For the bokeh! Yes, oh, this is going to be incredible. I can't wait to put this lens on my camera so you guys can check it out. But before I get started with all of this, I want to mention I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Big thank you to every single one of you guys that have subscribed to the channel, shared the video, liked, left comments. I try to comment back to every single person that leaves a comment on my video, so thank you all for that. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, once I hit 1,000 subs, I'm giving away a $100 Amazon gift card. Yep, as soon as I hit 1,000 subs, I will be picking a random subscriber that leaves a comment on the video in the description below. So it's the review for the Sony RX 100 Mark 7. Leave a comment on that video and you will be randomly chosen to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And if you don't win, don't be sad, don't freak out. I've got a lot more giveaways coming up in the future. Big thumbs up for that, for future giveaways. Future $100 Amazon gift card giveaways, by the way. Not like small little rinky-dink giveaways. Some real deal. But okay guys, I'm here. Let's review. I've got the dad hat on because no one can go out and get a haircut right now. So covering up this mess. Anyways, let's get into this because now I'm rambling. So as I mentioned, this is the Sony Sigma. It's going to be 16mm, and on my a6600, it's going to be a little cropped because of the APS-C sensor. So this will have a 24mm equivalent for a full frame. And if you don't know what that means, it's going to be a tighter shot than this. Right now I'm rocking the Sony one, the Sony 10 to 18mm, and I'm fully at the 10mm, so like there's a lot more space. But the lens I have is going to be around like that much tighter. So a little bit tighter, but trust me, when you see what this lens can do, it's gonna be awesome. Instructions. Don't scratch the lens, put it on right. Easy. You have some more like warranty information here. And now I picked up this lens on Amazon. You can get it at like Best Buy and order it, but I was able to get this through Amazon in like 2 days. Thanks, Amazon. So let's open, okay. Opening this up is a little weird. Here's the lens. Alright, so here is the Sigma 1.4 16mm lens. Now, what does 1.4 mean? Basically, it tells you that that's as low as the aperture can go, so 1.4. What I like about that is, one, it's going to increase the bokeh. So look at this. Do you see how none of this is blurred really in the background? That's going to change. Alright, and what else does that 1.4 mean? Well, having the low f1.4 means you're gonna get amazing low light. Just for purposes of explaining, this lens can do an f4.0. So it's not the best in low light. You get a lot of noise and the ISO has to shoot all the way up in order for it to be really usable. Whereas with this bad boy, you can go all the way down to 1.4, meaning it's gonna let a lot more light into the lens, meaning you're gonna get better and sharper low light performance. I will do a later video today of me shooting at night with like a little bit of lighting. So my TV there has a little green LED strip in the back. I'm gonna have that on and just that on in my room late at night, so you get an idea of how good the low light is on this compared to the 10 to 18. And why I decided to go 16mm. But anyways guys, like I said, I'm rambling. It's a really nice day outside. It's nice and sunny. Let's go out there and check it out. Alright, and before we go all the way outside, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek at what this lens looks like in the room. So, haven't changed anything really with my setup, but look at how much brighter the image already looks because of that lower f1.4 performance. And look at how blurry and just like awesome this looks. Like, doesn't this look way more pro? Like, look, I'm gonna show off my 10 to 18mm. Ooh, dude, look at that. How sick is that? That's pretty cool, right? Okay. That's enough of me ranting about how cool this is. Let's go outside and really check this lens out. Alright guys, so we're outside filming. I've got the lens at 1.4, and one thing you will notice about having a low light lens is when you get down to 1.4 and you want that creamy bokeh, it lets it a little too much light and you get this washed out, blown out image. That's why it's important to have an ND filter on your lens, which is something I also picked up thanks to all the other reviewers out there. Anyway, so this is an ND filter that can go from like 2 all the way to 9. It's a variable ND filter, and it also had like a clarity ring on it as well to help with reflections and stuff. But anyway, it's not a review of the ND filter, it's a review of the lens. So look, this is at 1.4 without an ND filter. I'm gonna pop this ND filter on and you're gonna see the difference. And all right guys, here we are with the polarizer installed. Still at that 1.4 aperture, which means the background is still nice and blurry, but I'm not as blown out, which is fantastic, which is the goal of the polarizer. Sorry if you can hear the cars in the background, they're here. But another nice thing about the polarizer is, you know, you can look at the clouds up there. You can actually adjust, you know, how they'll look in the light, you know, more, you know, blown out, less blown out. The best way to think about a polarizer is to think of it as, and I've heard other YouTubers say that, a good way to think of a polarizer is think of it as sunglasses for your camera. It's gonna block out a lot of the light you don't want, right? The extra light that blows your image completely out of the water. And again, it looks good, I think, right? I'm at 1.4 bokeh. Look at how professional looking this lens is, right? Now, you might not want this much of a blurry background on your camera. You might think it's too much. Well, you know, you can always just kind of change that up. Go to like a 2.8 or, so here's basically what it would have looked like with the 4.0 Sony lens. I'm on the Sigma, but just so you get an idea of the aperture, the blurriness of the background, it's not really there. But if we go all the way, I'm going up, going all the way back down to the 1.4, do you see what I'm talking about with the blurriness? Doesn't it just look so crispy? I like it, I love it. I think it looks super crispy. But okay, I think I've said a million times, we're gonna check out the nighttime, how this looks at night. I don't know why I said the nighttime. We're gonna see how well this lens performs in low light. There we go, that's a professional way to say it. So stay tuned for that. It's clearly still plenty of light and it's the summertime, so we're gonna have to wait a few hours for that part of the review. So see you guys when it's dark. Bye. All right guys, so I'm back and it's significantly later, as you can tell if I point the camera outside. It's dark, it's nighttime, and this is what it looks like with my original lens. So by original, I mean the 10 to 18 millimeter lens that I was using before the Sony, with the 4-stop, so 4.0 f-stop. Here it is with my TV with the LED lights on the back. This is the lighting that I can get. So I'm gonna try to get the best lighting, but keep in mind, the ISO right now is at 6400. Pretty high for your ISO, so it's gonna look a little grainy. It's not gonna look great, right? It's not the best low light lens. This is a wide angle lens. I have it here at the 10 millimeters. It's a great vlogging lens. If you're gonna be outside in the daytime vlogging, boom, 10 to 18 millimeters is perfect. It's got the stabilization in the lens, and then my camera, the A6600, also has in-body image stabilization. And when you have both stabilizations, they both kind of work in tandem. So some of the stabilization in the camera works and some of the stabilization works in the lens. But like I said, here it is at a 4-stop. We're gonna put on the Sigma 1.4 lens just so you guys get an idea of what that looks like. Boom, all right, and here we are with the Sigma 1.4. And as you can see, significantly more light. I do have it opened up all the way at 1.4 aperture, but look at that. I mean, I'm staring directly here where my camera is, where I was before, and as you can see me a lot better. The ISO right now is down to 800. I have it on auto ISO, but it's at 800. And yeah, that's significantly less than it was before. I mean, just look at how much clearer I am. Look at, you know, you still get that really nice, oh, sorry, the background on my TV just changed, but look at just how much richer the bokeh is back here. You know, like I said, it's just got the TV on with the LED backlight strip for that camera to focus in, but just so much better. Now, you don't get the huge wide angleness, right? You're not at the 10 millimeters that the old Sony was. And one thing I do want to mention as well is this Sigma lens does not have lens stabilization. So if you have a camera that does not have any type of stabilization, you're gonna have an issue, right? Because it's gonna be a little shaky, you know. You're gonna be like holding it and it's gonna be wobbling around. Luckily, my A6600 does have in-body image stabilization. It's not the best. Sony doesn't have the best in-body stabilization with their cameras, but it's there, right? It's better than nothing. Now, if you don't have a camera with in-body stabilization, so anything that's like the A6400, the 6300, the 6100, and the 6000, none of those cameras have in-body stabilization. So you're gonna have to do something to keep this camera as steady as you can. But with the in-body stabilization, it'll help. It's a lot better for photography than it is for videography, I will say that. But hey, any stabilization is better than no stabilization. All right, and now I'm basically in complete darkness. The only thing that's illuminating me is the light that reflects off the selfie screen from my camera. So this is basically almost in complete darkness. That's not bad. And just for example, this is what it would look like at an f-stop. I'm turning it all the way up. Yep. All right, now I'm at f4. That's what you would see. And back down to what this camera can do at the f1.4. Let it autofocus. Solid. If you're looking for a low light lens, this is it, baby. But all right, guys, as I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for a great low light lens, something that can deliver amazing bokeh, this Sigma 1.4 is really gonna be for you. Like I said, one of the only downsides I think is if you don't have a camera with in-body image stabilization, you're gonna need it. You're gonna want it, right? So find some way to stabilize your lens, maybe get a gimbal or something like that. But for me, with my A6600 and the Sigma 1.4, this is gonna be my new go-to lens for basically everything. Unless I'm somewhere where I absolutely need the 10mm wide angle lens, I think I'm gonna stick with the 16mm because this is what I use when I'm vlogging. It's just far enough so that I can hold it and, you know, do my thing while I'm vlogging. I think it's awesome. This is perfect, right? So I don't need that 10mm lens. The Sigma 1.4 is gonna be all I use from now on. I'm super stoked about this lens. If you guys like the lens, if you guys have any questions about the lens, if you want me to make more videos about the lens, don't hesitate to let me know. Leave it down in the comments below. I respond to every single one of my comments. And again, good luck if you're entering that contest for the $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. And if you don't win, don't be bummed. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these type of giveaways. But anyways, guys, that does it for another AteTreeWon video. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you loved it, well, go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned for more awesome videos with my new awesome lens. Bye.